Good afternoon. We are back on the build. It is the day after Independence Day. Last night we were here till just about dark trying to get this main room clean. Now, we changed the water several times, but there is still a dusting of dirt on it. So we're going to be going back over this room. One of the nice things about it, if you get down and take a close look at it, I hope it'll show on camera, but it really opened the pores up a lot in the cement. We removed a lot of dirt. Now we've got a couple areas over here because this was mechanically troweled. It is very, very closed. So I'm going to be spending a little extra time buffing that today, and we're going to go over that with some etching agent, some acid etch and clean. I don't know if we're going to get to the etching today. I've had a lot of comments from people both on YouTube and on a forum that I contribute to sometimes, talking about the mistake I am making right now by doing the floors before we do the ceiling and the walls with the drywall. The thought is that basically our floors are going to get destroyed. At the same time, when we were having the cement laid, we were told that we should probably go ahead and have the acid stain done about a month after we had the cement put in, before we did any framing, and that way everything would be done and we wouldn't have to try and get around everything. It would be the most efficient way to do it. At some point, you got to figure out what you're going to do. You cannot ride two horses with one ass. That's it. That's the bottom line. So if I'm making a mistake, we're going to pay for it. We're going to get this acid stained. We're going to get this sealed. We're going to cover every inch of it with ram board. Have them come in here, do the drywall. We're going to paint. We're going to get our cabinetry in. And then when all's said and done, we're going to peel all that stuff back. And we're going to find out if I was a big dummy or if it worked. But that's all I can tell you. You've got to pick a line and you've got to go. And if you find out you made a mistake, you got to fix it. And since I'm the one footing the bill, if I make a mistake, I'm the one who's got to fix it. That's it. So come on, let me show you what we got going on today. Come over here to the first area that we did where we were using the cleanest water. You can see yesterday when we were using that blue mop, it was the second mop that we pulled out. It leaves a lot of stuff on the cement. The white cotton mop doesn't seem to do that, so my advice would be don't use the blue mop. It would be use only the white cotton mop. The number 24 white cotton mop was what we used. The pores of the cement have opened up really, really nice. So I expect this to take stain very well. Other mistakes that I made along the way. I probably should have had more covering down here when we were doing the foaming, because there are spots where the foam got on the concrete and it basically just will not come up. I'm going to go over it and scrub a little bit more today, but it seems like it actually got down in the pores. So I have an expectation that we're going to have little stains that show in there. The worst part is about the first 16 feet in this room that I did. You can see right here where it got down in there, and it's ugly. There's nothing I can do about it. Unless I get down here with a flap wheel on on a grinder and grind that away, I think I'm pretty much stuck with it.
And it's hotter than Hades.
Yeah, it's warm. Get the fan going in just a minute.
Okay.
Hey, darling. Be very, very quiet. He's hunting rabbits. Well, the lighting in here is pretty good, and I want to use this opportunity to demonstrate something. We've swept this floor really well and vacuumed it. When you first put some water down on it, it doesn't look like it's all that dirty. You know, that just looks like clear water on a cement floor. But as soon as we start scrubbing it with a little bit of soap and some water, that mud is going to come up really strong. That is what scrubbing it does. It gets all that nastiness up. You know, when I was in the Army, I think I ran a ball for like 10 minutes the whole time. There was always somebody who wanted to run the buffer. So why not let them?
Does it find it satisfying?
No.
I don't understand you. I feel like this is very satisfying. He just doesn't like to clean.
Squeeze it to make it turn.
Okay.
Alright. Got a little safety to get it going. You gotta, sorry. Get it safety to get it going, right?
Yeah.
Once it's going, you're squeezing it. You can let go of one side or the other side, it doesn't matter, but if you let go of both of them, it's going to start to stop.
Okay.
So, if you need to stop, let go of the trigger, don't let go of the handle, otherwise it's going to spin around. Alright? Don't let it go flying over there to the right window, and don't let it knock you down. You'll find that you can, when you tip it forward, it goes to the right, when you pull back, it goes to the left. If you kind of twist it a little bit, it'll go forward. Right?
So, what's the gas? Or is it?
No, there's on and on.
Okay. Does it have a slower or faster or no?
Nope. One speed.
Okay.
It's on.
Do you put it down first, or do you put it down when you start it?
I would start with it down,
Okay.
because it's going to jump if you set it down.
What? Start it up?
Start it with the pad down.
Okay, like this.
Yep.
Okay.
You gotta have a grip on it, Ben.
I know, but I don't like
Put the safety on, the little thumb first. Move that. The little thumb switch has to go to the front, and then you pull the trigger.
Oh, okay. That, like that.
Yep.
Do you hold it or no?
No. Just once you get it going, you can let go of the thumb thing.
Oh, got it. That's good. Okay, I'm gonna go forward. I'm gonna go forward. Okay, hold on. Okay, now I got it. You need to get in the water. How do I get it to go this way? Like, I want it to go that way.
Lift up, it'll go that way.
Oh, okay.
Goes one way versus the other based on lifting or
Lifting or
lowering.
lowering, okay.
Lower it goes to the left,
Okay.
and lift up goes to the right. I think that's how it is.
That's how it is.
Well, it's down, it's the opposite.
Good bicep workout. It is. Like, for me, I have to put my booty in it.
I usually bring it in and kind of rest it against my hip, stabilize it. I'll tell you, I'm whooped. I am exhausted, tired. And we're only about 2/3 done with getting things clean, and really we got to go over everything again with mop buckets, just mopping water until the water comes up clean. That's probably going to be 2 more full runs of mopping everything up over on the other sides. And we haven't even gotten started over in this area. This is definitely one of those areas where the people who do this for a living, they earn the money that they're making. Would I be happy to pay somebody to do it for me? You're darn right I would. It's like everything else around here. There's only so much money, and there's a whole lot of stuff that has to get done. Did I bite off more than I can chew? We've been hitting it hard every night this week. With the realization that the cleaning is taking longer than we thought it would, we decided to come in here every night after work and just chop off a little bit of it each night. The automatic floor buffer was invented in 1921. The current format was developed by the 1940s. It may be the most widely used industrial tool in America, and almost everybody has a story about using one at one time or another. Well, the cleaning is just going on and on and on, and we expected it to be a lot of work. We know that the secret to getting a good acid stain is preparation. If you don't do all the work you need to, cleaning up and making sure everything is prepared and etched properly, chances are you're not going to have a good result with the acid stain. If you find what we're doing interesting, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, follow along. We try to put videos out twice a week. Doesn't always work because it's hard to edit and do the work at the same time.
And we're a little busy.
We're a little busy.
So much better than Foamy.
How are you doing? The weather has been really good for this. It's been very hot and dry. So the humidity hasn't been too high, which means we can leave the windows open at night. The only downside to that is it's just as hot inside here almost as it is outside. It was in the upper 90s today, so it's been cooking. We are absolutely thrilled to be working in the shade as opposed to out in the sun like we were last year. Well, it's getting a little too dark to see, but what we're going to go through and do here is remop everything. She's going to mop it. I'm going to squeegee all the water together until the water comes off clear. We're just going to keep doing it. We're going to go and probably about another hour, maybe an hour and a half before it's going to be too dark for us to do anything here. I'm going to show what the floor looks like after the first pass that we did on here. Now this area right here and here are probably the worst of everything we did. I don't think we changed the water enough in here. In the rest of the house, it looks pretty good. We're going through and we're picking and choosing the areas that we're going to do more cleaning, but this one definitely needs to be scrubbed and vacuumed.
Hello. Hello, is anybody out there?
you doing?